Hey everybody. I am in Georgia still. I will be here till Friday the 6th. I am in Marietta, Georgia, I think it's pronounced. So I parked in a friend's parking lot of her, I guess, condo community. I'm just spritzing water. My hair is so dry. And so I'm getting a really late start because I was way more exhausted from the walking around yesterday and the meeting people and being outside the entire day. So I slept in. I got up really early, and then I got online and all that. I got on Craigslist because I'm looking for a job, if I can find something to do this week while I'm here for some gas money. I'm looking for a job of some sort. If anybody knows, anybody in the Marietta, Georgia area or very close surrounding area to that town that needs like some, minor housework stuff done, like maybe you need your fridge emptied out and cleaned and all the bad food thrown away or something, or you need a bathroom cleaned or organized, a closet organized or something like that. Oh, I can't turn my light on. It's so dark. It's a little bit of an overcast, cloudy day. Some kind of work like that done today through Friday, October 6th. Have them email me because I'm going to be in the area till Friday. I'm going to leave Saturday morning. But I'm looking for a way to make some gas money here. And I answered a couple ads on Craigslist, but that's when people aren't serious, when they don't answer your ad back. Because if you were really seriously looking for help like you claimed you were in your Craigslist ad, then you would have answered my email. So it is what it is. I'm trying to turn this little headlamp light on. I don't think that's happening. I need my overhead lights on. I need to pull out my big camp light, but I don't know if I have D batteries. It's a nice Coleman lantern, battery operated lantern, but it takes D batteries, and that's just not a battery I buy. I buy mostly AA's because my headlamp takes a AA, this light takes a AA, my bobs, well, one of my bobs takes a AA. Yes, I have two bobs. If you don't know what a BOB is, I'm not gonna go there. Ask around, ask a friend, ask a single female friend, she might know. Yeah, one of my bob has a USB battery that I can recharge. The other one takes a single AA battery. So, anywho, not gonna dwell on that. So, I am looking for some work I can do. I don't really want to do any babysitting. I just kind of want to do something that I can do on my own and not really be responsible for watching kids and all that. If I don't find anything else, then I guess I will babysit. But I think a babysitting job is kind of hard to get when you're only going to be in the area for like a few days. I don't see anybody trusting their kid to just, well, I would hope people don't do that, but you never know, so everybody's different. But anyway, you would think somebody would want a babysitter that's a local, watching their kids, someone they can get more info on than just, I'm a nice person. I mean, I have a resume and I've worked in the school, but still, that's just weird to me, to trust your kids to someone who doesn't live in the area. Anywho, I had tea late last night. My throat is hurting. I don't know if I sound froggy or not, but my throat was really, really hurting last night, and so I had to make some tea. And I guess maybe the weather's changing, so I've got that yucky, throaty thing going on, which I hate. I did not put the heater on last night, and I did not put it on early this morning, even though it was cold enough, chilly enough to put it on. I just didn't feel like fumbling with it, so I didn't bother. So what I'll probably do is set it up inside the basket that it's in, the wire basket that it's in. I'm gonna, because I didn't have the heater on top of, well, I'll just show it to you. I didn't have it put together already. Normally I have it put together already where I can just pull it over and turn it on. But I didn't want to do that in the early morning hours. So once it starts cooling off, I pretty much keep it put together. So I have the Mr. Heater Little Buddy. So it sits on top. This is the stand, basically. The propane is what it stands up on. So I've said in more than one video I would like to figure out a way to make a stand out of some wood so that I could use the adapter on this so that it will work on a 5-gallon or a 10-gallon tank, which would be ideal. So I wouldn't have to keep buying these. I could just refill a 5 or a 10. So anyway, I'm going to set it up because it's probably going to be just as cool tonight as it was last night. So I'm going to get it all set up. And I'm going to put it in this, where it stays, it can stand up in this basket where it's housed. There is enough room for it to stand here without tipping over, so that is a good thing. I just had not done that, so, and it's right under the table, so you guys are gonna jiggle a little. Oh, so it looks like this is too wide. Okay, so this is too wide, so I'll have to stand it like this, and then just put the base on the side of it. It's easier to just sit it on the base than there. Alright, so it's ready to go tonight when it cools off. Or early morning tomorrow when I wake up. So again, it's almost like 12 noon and I really just have lounged. I've washed up here in the van, which I don't know if everybody else is like that, but to me it's just easier for me to wash up here in the van than to try and pack all my stuff up and go into a gym. I still haven't got my Planet Fitness membership reinstated because I'm still waiting for the end. I'm waiting for November 1st because they hit you with that once-a-year charge in October. So I'm still waiting for that. I could have probably found a gym around here to get a free 3-day pass trial, and I still might see, especially Gold's Gym. I like Gold's gyms. They tend to not be as nosy, I guess is the word I want to say, like LA Fitness was. Gold's Gym usually just let you go on your own. That's been my experience. LA Fitness, that one time they wanted to like walk me around and talk to me about the gym after I worked out, and I was just like, dude, I just want to shower. So we'll see. What was I gonna say? So I found a library. I found 2 libraries within a 3.5-mile radius. So I'm going to go to the first one because on the reviews of it, the newest review that was 3 weeks ago said that it wasn't open. It's a new building but not open yet. So it's the closest one. So maybe that was 3 weeks ago. It might be open now. So I'm going to go to that library and see if it's open. And unfortunately, I've used up almost all of my high-speed data in the matter of 5 days. I know. It's ridiculous. I'm such a data hog. I've got to figure out something. So, I think it's going to be worth me getting some kind of a Wi-Fi, that Verizon Wi-Fi thing. I guess. I don't know. We'll see. So, basically during peak times, I'm going to be throttled down to very slow 2 or 3G during the peak hours. So what I'm going to do is go to the library and finish loading the rest of my Star Trek Voyager onto the tablet. I found an SD card when I was cleaning something out, and it had 16 gigs on it, so I put that into the tablet because the tablet had no SD card in it. So I put that into the tablet because my cell phone has, I think, a 32 gig in it right now, which I really need a 64 gig for that. But anyway, that's something later after I get a job and get some work in the winter. So I'm going to be adding the rest of Star Trek Voyager and a few other downloads, as many as I can get, onto the tablet so that I can watch that Because what ends up happening is I fall asleep with it on, and it just keeps going to the next episode, and that does use a lot of data. But I'm just used to falling asleep with the TV on. Sometimes I turn it off. But if I'm just really exhausted like I was last night, I fell asleep before I even realized I was dozing, and woke up this morning and it was still playing. So I know, it's nuts. So I'm gonna make my oatmeal though, I think, before I do any of that, before I head off to the library. I will upload this video probably while I'm at the library, download the Netflix onto the tablet, and thanks you guys that watched all those little teeny mini video clips that I did yesterday from the tiny house event in Decatur. I still have not found a way on my cell phone to make more than one, take several videos and make them one long video. So, oh, look at those ashy elbows. I guess I better put some lotion on. Yeah, so alright, that's heating up. Let me put some lotion on these elbows. So I appreciate you guys watching all those, some of those videos. Like one was a minute and a half or 2 minutes, and then there were some like 6 minutes. So it was very sporadic depending on how quick I had to go through the tiny house, because some of the lines were quite long, and so you couldn't really take your time talking about every little thing. So I tried to do as best I could with the allotted time that I had. I guess I better put some on my face too. Yeah, now I can definitely tell it's getting colder. I had mentioned before that when I'm getting older I need more moisture, which is something I never really dealt with before, because I've always had very oily, acne-prone skin on my face. So, but also I think now that I'm getting older, I need more moisture. And then also with the weather getting colder, you always need more lotion and moisture in the winter. I've always that dry skin from the cold air and the wind whipping. Anyway, so I appreciate you guys watching all those little itty-bitty snippets of video from the tiny house. I think there was like 18 or 19 videos. The last two were the talk that Jewel Pearson did, and it was an excellent talk. I wish I had enough battery to film the whole talk from start to finish, because I surely would have, but my battery was starting to die. And even though I had that little, oh, speaking of which, I need to charge it, but I have that little, what do you call these things, power packs. This is a $5 power pack that I got at like Family Dollar, and it doesn't have a whole lot of juice, but I need to charge it. It tied me over to get the video that I needed. So because her talk wasn't until the afternoon, you know, I had done all the tiny house visits of the tiny houses during the day, and her talk wasn't until 1 in the afternoon. So yeah, it made for, you know, a battery that doesn't last all day. So, and that's another reason too, the videos of the tiny houses were kind of short little snippets. Alright, water is boiled. Eat my oatmeal. Ugh, why do I always do that every time I open this thing? Oatmeal. I just always spill a couple of... Yeah, you think I would know by now. Anyway. So that's my plan for today. Please go to Wednesday, last week's What's Up Wednesday, and put your questions in the comments of that video if you want them answered on Wednesday of this week. The last time I looked, I think I had maybe 10 or 12 comments on that video, and only a few were questions. Some were just comments. So if you have an actual question for me that you want answered on a video, you have to go to last week's What's Up Wednesday to have it answered on this week's What's Up Wednesday. If anybody knows where I can find a little teeny, this is like a 1 quart, does it say on the bottom? I think this is a 1 quart saucepan. But what I really would like to have to go with this is a small tea kettle. A very small tea kettle that can go on top of this camp stove. I would like, you know, the water tea kettle for making tea. I would like a small tea kettle that can be put on a stove, on this camp stove. It's a direct gas flame, so it'd have to be some kind of sturdy metal. But I'd like a small tea kettle that maybe holds 2 cups of water, or 2 to 3 cups of water. Absolutely no more than 3, because it'll be too big. But something that'll hold like 2 cups of water that I can boil. Because I don't like that this saucepan, it doesn't have a little spout nozzle. And when it comes to pouring, I'm always afraid, and I have in the past, spilled hot water. Which is not pleasant, especially when you spill it on yourself. So if anybody knows, I check thrift shops all the time for little ones, but I've only found cute little that aren't meant to be on the stovetop. They're meant to put the hot water in it and then bring it out to the table, like they're decorative or whatever. You can't put them on the stove directly. So if anybody knows where I can find one, let me know. I'll keep checking. I mean, even though I can't buy it right now brand new, I can bookmark it in my browser for when I do have the money. Especially if it's on like Amazon or eBay or something, I can bookmark it. Alright, I'm gonna go. I will see you guys on Wednesday for What's Up Wednesday. Thank you for continuing to watch. Especially when I have boring videos like this one. I love you all. You're the best. Fanners are the best. Fans on YouTube. The best subscribers on YouTube. The best, the best, the best. Oh! Darn it. I met three people or 4 people? I met some Facebook friends and YouTube followers yesterday. Shirley, Anne, and Letitia. I know I'm butchering that name. And I want to say there was one more, and I can't remember who it was. Anyway, if I met you yesterday at the tiny house event, thank you so much for being so kind and so wonderful. It was fun. I'm glad you got to enjoy the event. For those that were able to go into the event, I think one person didn't go in. They kind of were looking for me, and I appreciate that. That was pretty awesome. Yeah, I just think that that's pretty awesome that I posted that I was going to be there, and a few people ended up being there as well. So that was pretty cool. And I took pictures, and I'm going to be sharing those pictures on my Instagram, because some of you guys took pictures on your phones and then sent me the pictures. So I will be sharing the pictures on my Instagram. I'll probably do that right after I finish this video. I will post the pictures on my Instagram from those that sent me the pictures. And just another shout out to Jewel Pearson. She's an awesome woman. She is my shero when it comes to this Living Tiny movement. I just think that she shows that you can follow your dream, and everyone wants to be included. When our dreams are the same, when our interests are the same, that we should all be included, and I just so appreciate that. And I just look forward to seeing her tiny house, but I'm probably not going to see it till May, but that's okay. Again, love you guys. Thanks for sharing, subscribing, and watching continuously.